music band Micmacs, and I've been making hand drums since 2009. I think something that was innate since my childhood. I just didn't know it at the time, or I didn't fully realize it until I came back to my people, and I really I tried learning to drum at a big drum with the guys, and I couldn't keep the beat, and I found that I'm a different drummer, I guess, and so I've always gone out to do things by myself. A friend was talking about making or doing drum making workshops, and I told her I can make frames for you, and that's where it started. Okay, so I rip pieces like this for each size hand drum. It has a different size block of wood. It's a cedar. I rip it to thickness, and I make piles of 16 of these, and then I sand this side, or what would be the inside of the frame, on a belt sander, and because you have to have a smooth surface to do the wood burning for the logo. I do it when it's sanded and before I assemble it, because if it doesn't come out right, then it's easier to just chuck that piece than to chuck the whole, or to take it apart. This has a straight edge, but I have to cut an angle on the table saw with these, and then assemble to this stage. Put a strap around those to keep it tight. And the next day, I sand the edges and just keep turning it until it's round on the outside. And then I route the edges inside and out until it comes out like this. And then if there's any sanding that I need to do by hand, I do it at that stage, and then I waterproof it and hang it up to dry. That pretty much completes that process. This drum is tie-dye, the blue leather dye, and what's different about these is no two ever come out the same. I couldn't reproduce one exactly like this. The lacing up is the same, but before I lace up the drum, I bunch it up. They had in different places put rubber bands around, and I pulled the edges under, put more rubber bands around. I'll set that down on a rack, and then with an eyedropper, I put the dye on in different places and just let that set for a while. And then take the rubber bands off, lay the hide out flat, and let that set some more. And while it's setting up, I'll cut the lacing, and then take it downstairs and lace it up. I'm gonna put a slit in the end here. I always make sure that my logo is facing me, so that when it's all laced up, it's right side out. So here's a leather punch, and there, and there, and this end, right here. And back through here. Through here. Kind of develop my own style of lacing. Not everybody does it the same. Be a little bit hot. There's a lot of centering involved in making drums. Always coming back to center. Good spiritual practice. Right, now turn this. Keep turning it so I'm pulling it toward myself. An elder I learned from laces up with 13 laces, and I've watched him and I've watched someone else do it, and that's not the way I want to do it. Since there are 16 pieces, I use 16 laces. Or, well, it's one lace, but I mean, it comes out to be 16. In other words, I'm going to the center of each piece. And it's just my own style, I guess. Slice a piece. Go. I started out scraping elk hide, I mean not elk hide, moose hide that was given to me, and I went at it, and after the third one the smell got to me, and I almost gave up making drums. And then I went to a ceremony and there was someone there who was making hand drums. He had, well, found out he was a supplier of elk hide. I bought a couple from him, and I decided I like elk hide much better than moose. I've tried deer. The problem with deer hide is that it's so thin, and if you try to make a slit in it, it can tear it. The elk hide comes with, well, the differences. One hide will be different from the next. Some of them are transparent. When I first made them, what I was doing is cutting in between them like this. That's one way of doing it. Some people make drums where the hide is over the edge. But a drum maker, an elder, told me that the hide should come over the edge because the lacing is, you want the lacing pulling on the hide and not on the frame. So, and that made a lot of sense. So, I've been doing it that way ever since. This is what actually, you know, it would be hard to hold on to it that way. So I'm aware what my logo is. Pick 4. I'll do this one. I always count 1, 2, 3, 4. And I take the next one. That is finished drum. And I set that aside and just let it dry naturally. The air coming in through the window, whatever. And when it's all completely dry, it tightens up and then get the drum beat.